Don't talk while you're down there or everybody will hear you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's the downside to the wireless mic.
OM goodness.
I think that's it. I think we're live on the air.
Are we live? I don't know. What does the YouTube say? Live stream with Joel. That's me, and it says it's live, and it says it's live right now.
That is you. That is you. And this is amazing to me. And the chat room is starting to fill back up.
Okay, good.
I'll pop it out so I can see it.
Okay. That's a good. Let's see. Where's the? Close that. There we go, and I can see you. Ha ha. Funsies. I like this. Okay. I guess I could. Let's do that. Let's get live. Yo. There we go.
Xander disappeared.
Everyone.
Well, it looked like everybody started popping back in.
They should.
This was a magnificent way to steal James's thunder tonight. You know, I mean, they just hit 1,000 subs. You want to say hi to Mr. Joel Telling?
Hi.
Hi.
Look.
I could hear
Do you know who that is? That's Joel.
It's me. Hi. I say words on the YouTubes. How you doing?
Is that cool? He can't actually hear you, so all right, go away.
Oh, sad. I should put my camera over here. Ooh.
Is it just me or is the volume down?
How far down?
Like, hard to hear down.
Oh, did you plug it in all the way?
Let me check.
How about that?
You don't have it in. You don't have it in all the way.
No. I have it over here. At least you can see some of the crap going on. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, it's terrible.
You got some good stuff going on back then.
It's
back there.
It's plugged in all the way.
Hardware problems are tough.
Trade.
Okay.
You know, it's really tough.
Okay.
Yeah, these don't work.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at that.
You're gonna have to go find another set of headphones.
I did. Yeah.
Those come right off your brother's tablet.
Yes.
These kids burn through headphones.
They're
crazy.
Can I just turn off this and then use my mic for my computer?
Well, you can use those anyway. Go get those.
Okay.
Go get those.
Yeah, everyone. I'm gonna tweet this out. Wait.
Third time's
Sure
the
glad you had some
charm.
free time tonight, Joel.
I'm gonna tweet this out. Okay.
Third time's the charm.
Oh my God, you tweet this out and it's gonna blow up.
No, it won't. You'll get like 3 or 4 extra.
Yeah.
3 or 4 extra. I swear.
Yeah.
Dude, it is not. It is not.
Oh yeah, I remember a guy that he said something on Facebook one time, and my subscriber count jumped from 33 to 75 in 2 days.
Dude, that's crazy pants.
I know it's crazy.
Here, I'm gonna give you guys a shot of something.
How do
Yeah,
like this?
I know it's. I'm not
Do
supposed
I just use the headphone part?
Yeah, just the headphone part.
That's my G-Max going right there. You see it?
Sweet.
Yeah, that's building half of the front thing for the Open RCF1 car.
That thing is so ridiculously big.
It's so huge. It's so crazy huge. Here, I'll put you back. Look at that. I've got the Taz 6 right now. Building one of the tires. Each tire takes a little more than 24 hours, and each tire takes 1.5 spools of Matter Hackers Pro Flex.
Wow, that is nuts.
I know. It's crazy pants, like pants made of crazy. Just like that. There we go. What do you guys want to talk about?
James says, I don't really care about the loss of Spotlight. 3D Printing Nerd gave FunKing 3D a shout out, which let FunKing 3D give me a shout out. I owe them both so much for this. Poop rolls downhill.
That's fantastic. We should, what should we talk about?
I don't know. I didn't have time to prepare for this.
What are we talking about? Well, what were we talking about before? Before we were talking about Murph, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Festival. Oh, you know what? Hey, someone's got a question in the chat from Station 240. How do you change spools mid-print? Oh, and John Mack is back. That's great. So to change spools mid-print on the Lowellsbot Taz 6, there is a change filament function within the LCD that they've implemented through it's Marlin. I think it's Marlin, right? And it moves the extruder away and it backs out the filament, and then you just have to feed new filament in. You hit a button, it warms it up and extrudes it, and it says, hey, hit the button to go, and it goes. So it's a pretty simple process, but I never tested it before starting the tires, and it was starting to get low, and I thought I'd have to sit there with filament trying to feed it into the hole it was feeding. It's crazy. Like, it's a Wade's extruder, right? And so that big giant gear is just spinning like madness because it's 1.2 millimeters in width, and it's 0.8 millimeters in height. The bead, and so it's just it's like squeezing a toothpaste tube and going
So now does that send that same M600 that it does on the Prusa?
Probably. If it's standard G code, it's going to send that same thing, and then companies can then implement their flavor of Marlin differently, right? So the change filament G code itself, when it gets sent, then it just says, hey, change filament, I need to do something. And so I think each company can configure how that works, right?
Yeah, that sounds right to me. It's just it's really convenient on the Prusa, and I think that every other printer should do the same thing.
Sure. It's similar on the G-Max over there. Lulzbot, similar. Raise doesn't offer it, but the Raise 3D, it has where the filament goes. It's two channels that go down. So there's a plexiglass and a backing, and then the two extruder motors are there with the hub bolts driving the filament down into the heater carriages or the heater blocks and the nozzle. So what's kind of cool is because there's that much space between the hub bolts and the top of these channels where the filament goes, you just essentially snip the filament at the top, and then you feed the filament in through the top. You just kind of hold it there. You hold it there with some pressure, and eventually it just kind of grabs it. And that's how you create, or that's how you can create multicolor models on the Raise just by snipping filament and then holding it in.
Yeah, I don't know if my timing is that good. I did do a high speed color change one day in the middle of a game. Xander and I were playing Fortnite together, and I got up, I just left my guy in the field, and I ran over, and
it was in a house.
I was doing a color change.
The cat's biting at my cord.
All right, well, swat her away.
Get it.
Yeah, cat, you stop it. You stop it. Cat, you stop biting the cord of Xander, all right? Cat.
The cord of Xander. That's pretty funny. It's like a mythical thing. The cord of Xander.
Cord of Xander.
The cord of Xander.
I like how you grabbed your camera.
I've kind of missed. I've kind of missed everybody. Like all of a sudden, I started ignoring everybody in chat, and I feel bad because that's when we do our live streams. That's what I do is I interact with the people as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of.
Oh wait. Joe Mike is here.
Joe Mike's in here. Yep, Joe Mike's in here. Paul Cumber's here.
Chris
There's my buddy Ron Floyd. You guys, Ron Floyd, huge supporter of my channel. Not necessarily with, I mean, he's a High Five member, and he supports me in that way. But always fun, great comments. Always constructive. Always uplifting. Always all of it. Ron is good people. I just want to say that. I want to say it. Ron is good people.
Well, I think I got Ron because of you. So yeah, absolutely. And I love the comments on YouTube, and we try very, very hard to answer every one of them without it just being like a thanks or a smiley face or whatever, just for the interaction.
It's really tough.
It is sometimes hard to do, but yeah, I love that interaction. I like to work with the people. I like to know everybody's first name, instead of their screen name. And I'm terrible with names, so that's kind of a challenge for me.
Also, Paul Cumber, he's in the chat. He is also one of the nicest people I think I've ever met online. Always, hey, how's it going? You do wonderful stuff. Thank you very much. So Paul's good people too.
So Paul sent us these for our your Fan Mail Friday, we're Mailbag Monday, and I don't know if that's going to show up, but it actually says Fun King 3D. That's a keychain.
It looks great.
And then this awesome cat.
It's a kitty.
Oh, look at that. That was nice of him.
Yeah. Those came from Paul last Monday, which was actually, it came 2 Mondays ago, but then I got hit with Flumageddon and I couldn't.
Flumageddon.
Oh God, it was awful, Joel. It was so bad.
Terrible.
It's not even so much the illness that was bad. It was the foggy brain and the fatigue for the week afterwards. And I mean, I'm still not 100%, but
Pyro's here.
That was it was horrible. It was just. It horrible.
Sounds terrible.
Pyro's here.
Yeah, Pyro's in here, man.
Pyro's in the house. Yeah. See, Pyro showed up because you tweeted it out.
No, Pyro showed up because he felt a disturbance in the force.
Nah, Travis ignores me. He never comes to my live streams.
So, he's a busy man.
Hang on, I'm gonna take my headphones off for a second.
Okay, Xander, let's
kind of a spoiler.
That's in the
tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were.
So this is totally a spoiler for Mailbag Monday, but Travis made this.
That's huge.
So it's 24 inches across. It's gonna hang in our living room. But he posted this to Twitter, and I reached out and I said, I have to have one of those. Can I buy one? So he made this thing in I don't know. I think he made it 12 minutes after I ordered it and had it in the mail. It was so fast. So, but it's absolutely beautiful. So, but that's a little spoiler for tomorrow's Mailbag Monday.
Oh, that's right. Today's Sunday, isn't it? Yeah. That looks fantastic. That's going to be awesome hanging up.
I got to get some longer headphone cables. This is
mine is long. It's nice.
I'm tethered to the desk like this. So, but yeah. So Travis, be on the lookout for that video coming out tomorrow at noontime. It's actually 4 parts. So
4.
Wait, the thing is, or the video is 4 parts?
We started to break our Mailbag Monday up into individual segments. So every package that we get from somebody is its own little video so that we don't feel that we've rushed one package for the next package. That way everybody gets kind of equal face time. And that idea actually came from you when you had the mountain of packages it was either at the end of the year or the beginning of this year.
Beginning of the year, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, well, that's a great idea because it just feels like, we spend so much time on one and then the next one is so short. So this way it kind of breaks it up and everybody gets equal screen time. I mean, people are sending me amazing things and which I love. I never expected that to happen, but there's another one, and I don't want to give it away, but there's another one for tomorrow too that had no idea it was coming, and it just knocked my socks off. So, but and then there was one that broke my heart.
Yeah.
You just have to wait for the video. I choked up on camera.
Oh my goodness!
That's how bad it was. Well, it took some damage in shipping, and it's not good. See, I'm going to choke up now. So let's talk about something.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, let's talk about
something else.
Pyro's made it just fine. It's made out of steel.
Can I grab my rocket?
He cuts metal with laser, and it works just fine.
Yeah, that little tiny laser that he has.
I want one. It's like a fiber laser, right? Like a 500 watt.
Yeah, huge.
Like Death Star.
4x8 capacity. The little makerspace that we were at in Gainesville for Maker Faire last weekend, somebody donated one to them, a gantry laser cutter.
Wow.
And I didn't really get a chance to go over and look at it or check it out just because I was busy with the people. But I mean, for somebody to donate that to a makerspace is awesome.
Hey, Joel, I currently hold the record.
Yes, you do. That's awesome that they donated it. And yes, you currently hold the record. So right now, every large format machine that I have is currently busy printing parts for the Open RCF1 car because it's huge. It's huge. Like that thing I showed you earlier is half of one. I have to stick it together. So I've got let's see, the Raise is set to print the wheel cover, I think. Let me look. I'm checking my spreadsheet right now. I've got the the G-Max is scheduled for it's got to finish. This is the front spoiler sight 2. and then it's got the wheel axle holder right and the front lower BOM, BOM. And then I do need to cut up the motor cover, which will probably be printed between the Rays and the G-Max. I don't know if I'm going to get it done anytime soon. I'm really trying. Matter Hackers sent me 38 spools of filament because, you know, they're a channel sponsor, but they also they love the idea of this. And so not only do I need to print everything, but then how am I going to get this to Murph? I'm flying to Chicago, and then I'm going to be riding in a car with Mara and Dave from Matter Hackers to Murph. I have no idea how I'm going to get. Right now, it's at 41 pounds of OpenRC printed parts.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to have to ship it. You can ship it to See Me CNC, couldn't you?
I thought about that. And then it's only 20 minutes away. But then I got to get it back home.
Mail it home.
We're driving from here, so I'll just bring it home for you.
Sure, I bet you would. Yeah,
I'll just bring it here and I'll put it up on the shelf of fame.
So kind. You'll need a bigger shelf.
I'd put in a bigger shelf for that.
Wait, I'm gonna go get one of the tires. You'll see.
Well, that stream's over,
until
guys.
He talks, he won't show back up there. There he comes.
Oh
my gosh.
So look at like Princess Leia. Here.
Those things are so ridiculously big.
Look at the size of this. Look at to put this in, I have to stand on it. And I'm not a small man, so I mean it made it. But it's flexible. Oh, it's crazy.
Okay, so now are you actually going to put electronics in this? Is this going to be drivable?
Yes, absolutely.
So like a table saw motor?
That'd be fun. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to assemble it. I already did a video on Mesh Mixer on how splitting up the parts. I need to Bill from Punish Props. He's going to help me with gluing some of the parts together. The two base boards of the OpenRC are multiple parts because I had to print those on the Ultimaker. And if you glue or epoxy those together, you still have some structural issues where the glue joints are because it's not a continuous filament strand. They're adhered together with adhesive. So what I think I'm going to do, and I think Bill's going to help me, the same kind of plastic that for sale signs are made of. I think what I'm going to do is glue a bunch of that. And I'm essentially going to skin the bottom plates with that, and then cut it out. And so that way, it's going to have a skin, and that should help reinforce things.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Matter Hackers is here. Country 3D is here.
Oh yeah, Matter Hackers is in the chat.
Dave, it's Dave.
Of course, it's Dave.
It's almost always Dave.
Joe Mike probably had to send out his Dave fax.
I just feel bad that we're kind of ignoring chat,
there it is. There's Joe Mike's Dave fax. That's fantastic.
But yeah, I mean, Dave fact done. Yeah.
So for this though, let me finish this. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on how to glue multiple parts together when you have to split up models for printing. And this doesn't just for people who want to print a massive OpenRC car. This is for anybody. So if you have like a Trinus, let's say, and you want to build something a little bit larger, you're going to have to know how to attach things and put it together in good ways. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to put the pieces together, and then I'll do a video on building the car, and then I'll do a video on arming it with electronics and a remote control, and then we'll drive it.
That's going to be so awesome. I can't wait to see that thing. It's so ridiculously big.
So I remember Joe, 3D Maker Noob, he had Matter Hackers Pro Flex tires for his, but because everything was spinning so fast, they couldn't grip it. I think I shouldn't have too much of a traction issue because the car is going to weigh probably 50 pounds. And so I don't think, I think that the weight on the tires will give it some traction. But what I can do is just kind of like take a hot knife and just make slits.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask how thick the shell was on that.
everything I'm printing for the OpenRC project is 4 perimeters with 4 top layers and 4 bottom layers. And then I'm using cubic infill on everything between 10 and 20%. On the tires, it's 3 perimeters. And so I think it's, so it'd be 3.6 millimeters with 4 top and 4 bottom. And then I'm using a 5% cubic infill for this. I figured the top and bottom become the sidewalls, and then the tread itself is nice and thick. And so that should be able to support, I mean, I can.
Oh yeah.
You know, and with 4 of them going, so it should be plenty strong.
Yeah, and you should definitely be able to cut a little groove in there if you need to.
I shouldn't have any issues cutting a groove. I mean, I could. Was it 2.54 centimeters is an inch, right? And if it's, so that'd be 25.4, so 3.6. So I mean, it's what, an 1/8 of an inch thick? It's, yeah. I mean, it's of pure flexible plastic.
Yeah, and even if you only cut it like a 30 seconds or a millimeter deep, that's going to give you enough. That's going to give you enough grab.
It's true.
So, that's just too cool.
It's huge.
Yeah, well, I guess you don't really have the option to run down to the hobby shop and buy actual tires for this thing.
Someone was saying go-kart tires are actually this size.
Yeah.
I could buy go-kart tires. This is crazy though. I know people print things with flexible materials, and I know people print like New York Barb 3D PNY, I think it is, right? Or I think it's her. She tweets about all this cool flexible stuff she prints, and she saw this, right? She's like, now that's cool. And I'm like, wow, to have Barb say that, that's like saying something. The issue you run into though, I think you can see it right there. There's a discrepancy. There's a little bit of ick right there where I had to do a filament change. And with flexible materials, I'm printing at 235C on the nozzle. With flexible materials, you're going to get some of that ooze. It's not a rigid filament, and so it can't really hold on to it as well. It just kind of oozes out. So what I do is I change filament as it extrudes to prime it. Once it finishes with that, I use a little spatula and I kind of hold it on the nozzle just to keep stuff from oozing out. Then I hit, hey, go, and then I kind of follow it and I pull it, and then no issues. So this next one that I'm doing, I'll be able to try that out and actually see if it works.
Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't catch it while it was on the inside.
I might be able to.
And do a change like either on the infill or on the inner part of the wheel.
I mean, I should be planning things, right? That'd be interesting.
Well, you should just stand there at the printer
the
whole time that it's printing and be ready.
So with the settings, this tire, it's essentially, it'll use a full roll of the Matterhackers ProFlex in 16 hours. At 15 millimeters per second. So it's about a full roll every 16 hours at this speed. And so I know when I started that, I'll either have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, or I'll just have to splice on another full roll and not have to worry about waking up, which really, I mean, it depends on, kids don't have school tomorrow. So it really depends on how much rum I have to drink.
So if that tire's lopsided, we'll know something went real bad.
Yeah, we'll know something's up. Oh, he bumped it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I want to take our maker coin and slice it up into like 6 pieces and print it as large as I can on the E12.
Ooh.
So I can bring that to Murph and have everybody sign it.
That'd be fun.
Except one person.
Except one person. So we were that person the last time.
We were, yeah.
But yeah, so it should be like just about 2 feet wide, and it's shaped like a shield. So it'll actually, maybe I'll even put a handhold on the back of it.
There you go, Maker Coin shield. Do it.
I figure we got to bring something. We got to bring something to show off. Like I had all these plans and we didn't get it. We decided that we're going to print a full-size R2-D2, and the idea came because we got the Robo and it kind of looks like R2-D2.
No, the idea came because we went to Orlando.
Right, but I mean that particular project. So we thought we would print as much, if not all of it, on the Robo. But I just haven't taken the time to get that thing to level out properly. The leveling is really weird on it, and I get it.
I had one, and I actually gave it to my uncle.
Just because it was that bad, or you just?
I couldn't get anything to stick to that build plate.
Because it uses the double stop switches.
Yes.
But every time on my initial print, it's plowing the nozzle through the first layer.
Oh, okay.
And like I've set the offset in the slicer, and I've gotten closer, but it's just annoying me. And Robo gave that to me. Mario, one of my followers, like he was interacting with me in chat, and he had sent me a link to a time lapse that he did, and it was a really good time lapse, a nice smooth time lapse. So I subscribed to his channel. He only had one subscriber, and I subscribed, and all of a sudden, come to find out, he works for Robo, and he went to the management and went to bat. This was a refurbished, because it took a little shipping damage on the back of it, and they sent it to me, and like I'm always very grateful for stuff like that, and so it's always like in view. I always want people to be able to see that I have a Robo sitting back there. But I thought it would be a really good project, and I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to just throw my hands up and be like, but
I'm done.
No. Don't give up on it. If that's what you like doing, I mean, obviously keep it up. I had too many machines coming in at the time, and I know my uncle loves to tinker with that sort of stuff, and so it was an extremely easy decision to make.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then when you have 30 some odd printers, you can just.
I'm down though. I gave the Formbot to Keith. Let's see. I sent the Zix to my editor Sean. I sent a spare JG Aurora A5 down to my friend Tess in LA. And I still got more coming in. It's terrible. I'm running out of space. You guys come visit Seattle, and then you can see all the space I don't have.
Well, I like our new setup. We actually moved. We were just over there before, and we shifted over to here, and I like the new space. But within the next couple of months, we're going to have an opportunity to move into a space that's about 18 by 24, I think, which was my mother-in-law's apartment before she moved out. My mom's currently staying there until her new place is built. And I've built the place. I'm tempted to move in there because it'll be dedicated space, but I also like being here because my workstation's right there. And then, so I guess I got to quit collecting printers already.
No, you'll never stop. I know how that goes. You'll never stop.
Well, we have two sitting in boxes still here that we haven't put together yet. One is an E10 that we got from Chris Riley from Chris's Basement.
Oh, okay.
And the plan is to unbox it and put it together, and then actually fix it because it's an E10. So we'll fix it and get it to be a good printer, and then we're going to give it away. Somehow we're going to do a collaboration between the two channels, and we're going to give it away. So that one's not staying, and I might give the other one away too. I haven't decided yet. So
what's the other one?
It's a Tronc CX1. I think so. It's the little Tronxy.
Oh, the little one. Okay.
So, but I thought that'd be a good one for Xander to build by himself.
Sure. That was standard. Is that what you want to do? You want to build? No, you want to build printer?
No, not really.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
No, he even the like when we built the ANET, which took us like it was like 8 or 10 hours.
10 hours.
Like straight, and we did it all on camera, which is why it took so long. He was just bored out of his mind.
I was sitting there playing with rubber bands.
The Mark II, the Prusa.
Understandable.
Yeah, the Prusa, we did it like each section of the manual, we did it as a video, and there was some that he was like, I'm going swimming, I'm out of here. So then I'm by myself, and I'm like, hey, I'm Glenn, and this is Fun King, and I'm alone. And but I don't know. He soldered one time, and he doesn't want to solder anymore.
Okay.
So
nothing wrong with that, Xander. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, just take it from me, right? I found some success, and I hate putting together printers. I mean, I love that there are people that like to do that. I'm just not one of those people.
I'm not either.
No.
I can do it. Just like Xander, you could put one together and you could solder something if you wanted to, but you just don't want to.
I don't want to, yeah.
Yeah, he'd rather, take the Robo out of the box and print, or take the Ultimaker out of the box and print.
Just make sure you got something fun you like to do.
That's video games.
Yeah.
I've told him that I'd let him start a gaming channel, but I want to wait just a little while longer.
Why?
Hey, maybe Xander designed a really cool rocket. What if he used Tinkercad to design one of his favorite video game props or weapons or things?
That's Shalom's job. That's
you challenged him not long ago. I mean, we've been doing this less than a year.
It's been like since.
Oh, it was when he designed this. When you send him the Fabricator Mini.
Yeah.
You challenged him to learn Fusion 360.
I haven't touched that thing in
the first speed bump that we hit was that his computer wouldn't run Fusion 360. So Dad stepped up and went out and got him a new computer.
Wow, Dad.
24-inch high-definition monitor, wireless keyboard, wireless trackball just like Dad's. Guess how much Fusion 360 he's done since then?
About 10 minutes.
if even that.
Time. I didn't put a time limit on my challenge, man. You got this. You got time. You got plenty of time.
Oh.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to learn Fusion now, because you made fun of me for using Rhino for everything.
I can't draw it. Like, it's too
you
confusing.
have to be able to think in 3D. It's very weird.
It's confusing.
It's very weird.
Xander, you can draw it, and then you scan it, and then you bring it into Fusion, and then you trace it, or you bring it into Illustrator, and then you trace it, and then you extrude it, and then you have a 3D thing.
See, it's just like that. I don't know. He might get there. He might not. I give him a hard time.
Probably
about it all the time.
not.
How about this? Hey, Xander, do this for me. How about this? Before Murph, load up Fusion and give it a solid 60 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking. Before Murph,
okay.
Fusion 360, a solid 60 minutes. Fair? Handshake?
Handshake. High five, virtual high five.
High five, high five, high five. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, that hasn't come out yet, has it?
What?
Or was that last week's? What was last week's Xander's Thing Thursday? Somebody in the chat, tell me what last week's Xander's Thing Thursday was.
I believe it was the Maker Faire coin.
That was the one before. Oh, we had him in your robot. It was your robot. Okay. Yep. So I didn't want to say something and then have it, be a slip. But so Xander designed this little robot, which he did in Tinkercad. And he did it a long time ago. It was shortly after the rocket design. And so we actually just used that for a Xander's Thing Thursday. But so he's designed a couple of things now.
I've designed like a few, like a gift for Mom, but I haven't printed it yet.
So he just, I don't know, he's got to get bitten by that bug that makes him want to do this. So.
And not everybody's going to get bitten by that bug.
No, the hard part is like, I don't want him to fade away from this because, I mean, this is the thing that we have right now. When he was little, I was building the house and he was right there. He had his little hammer and his tool belt and, the 4-foot ladder, that was his ladder. And he was very helpful. In fact, he literally helped me wire the house. I would throw the wire over the wall and he'd grab it and drag it as I was feeding it. And so he was hands-on through the house and would go to Home Depot or Lowe's with me and help me load up stuff. And now he hates all that stuff. So it's like, I fought for a long time to find something that him and I would have in common because I can't just sit and play video games. I'm too fidgety. I got to go do stuff. I got to create. And so that's how all this actually took off.
I'm going to go grab my robot real fast.
Okay. He was gung-ho about having a 3D printer because of the stuff that comes out of it. Yeah. And so I said to him, we were watching a lot of Nilla Bean back then, And,
yeah,
before Nilla disappeared. And
Disappear.
so I said to him, I said, well, if this 3D printing thing works out, maybe we'll start a YouTube channel. And he just was like glued to me for weeks. Like he wouldn't leave my side. It was like I promised him the greatest gift ever. And so that's
fantastic.
That's how all this started.
I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
Since everyone is talking about like this robot needs feet, do you believe that it needs feet?
Give me a profile view up in the side a little bit. Let's see.
See if it'll come back here.
So the problem is it has hands.
It does have hands.
It does have hands.
And if I see something with hands, I expect feet. So if it didn't have hands, if the arms just came down to like little nubs and then there were no feet, it would make a lot of sense. But I see hands, I expect feet.
So I always
did I say something wrong?
I always push him. Things have come very easy to Xander. He's very, very smart. So like with schoolwork and stuff, he doesn't have to try. He just goes to school. It comes naturally to him. We had problems with his math teacher at one point because they wanted him to show the work, but his brain would make it where he didn't have to. He could literally just look at it and write the answer down, and they gave him a hard time about it. So we had teacher-parent conferences. So things have come very naturally to him.
Okay.
And so I always, no matter what he does, when he says to me, I am done with this, I look at this as 80%. And I say, okay, well, how about taking it a step further? How about, recessing something into the chest or adding feet? Because I want him to take it.
You never said to add feet.
I never said to add feet. I immediately told you to add feet.
No, you didn't.
Hey, Xander, I'm telling you to add feet.
It's already printed, okay?
You know what I think would be fun, because it hadn't been released to Thingiverse until now because of the Xander's Thing Thursday. I almost think it would be fun to have everybody remix a bunch of feet for it. Not permanently on there, but like you print the robot and then you print the feet and you can change the feet.
My robot needs shoes. Make some shoes for my robot.
Roller skates or ice skates.
Skechers.
Or, little jet shoes.
Jet shoes. Yeah, see? It's a great idea.
See, I always like to push him a little bit further. I want him to go that extra 10 or 20%, so that he does it the rest of his life. So
life lessons right here.
Oh my gosh. We were at 60 people at some point.
Sorry, I was watching because there was like stuff that was getting censored.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. And it was NJ Printing telling people to subscribe.
Oh, okay.
Knock
it off, man.
My subscription rate is still on the downward slide.
It's like staying there and then like maybe a little drop.
Yeah, we made it almost to 5,500, and then now we're down. We're under 4,600 now. We've lost almost.
Sorry.
No.
I didn't mean for any of that. I just wanted to get people.
Sorry. Don't be sorry. That was
more than you before, right?
Oh yeah, we had 347 people. We had 347 subscribers that Friday night when I went to bed. And when I woke up the next morning, James from Print and Play had sent me a tweet that said, well, with a question mark. And I wrote him back, I'm like, what? And he goes, really? You don't know? And then it was just like that whole weekend was just this
and then you
crazy
showed
blur.
me what is that called?
What's that?
The subscription counter that's on our phones.
Social Blade.
Yeah.
Social Blade, yeah.
I spent the whole weekend watching Social Blade.
You showed me your Social Blade that morning, and I'm like,
yeah, he was kind of like it was surreal to him. He was like, yeah, I was supposed to put up Christmas lights that weekend. That was the weekend I was supposed to start putting up Christmas lights, and I didn't do anything but watch Social Blade the whole weekend. No, that was awesome. I'm not sad that you did it. I mean, it gave us just a tremendous. Well, I mean, it put me in connection with GearBest and that kind of stuff. And I'm not even sorry that we're losing the ones that we are now, because my thought is if those people don't really want to be here, and we don't want them here. So I really only want the people that want to be here. So, yes. But no, it's been a tremendous amount of fun, and you know, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that you chose us for that.
Well, and then I was happy to. One of the things I realized, though, real quick before you continue, some people hold their subscriptions as a thing of value, and while having high sub numbers is fun, the meat is the view. And so even people that are unsubscribing from you now still may view your videos, and it's a hard metric to really reconcile, but it's possible. It's very, very possible, and it happens all the time. So even though what's your view counts at?
I would have to look at my little scroller, but like we weren't even at 10,000 views before the Joel Effect weekend, and I forget what
is that what it's called though.
I think that was what was holding us back from being able to monetize at the time. I think you had to have 10,000 views, and I kept telling James from Print and Play, because he had over 10,000 views. I'm like, you know, I may have more subs than you, but you have a lot more views than me. I can't get my view count up, and I think we're at oh, you bumped it. I can't see it. It's glitched out. You got to unplug the power and plug it back in. I want to say it's over 30,000 something now.
That's great.
So yeah, no, that's been taken off. That's fantastic. And then the amazing people that we do have, and the diehards, we were 100,000 minutes short of the 4,000 hour criteria for getting cut off. Oh. And we ended up at 4,300 hours.
Wow.
In less than that 30 days. That's how hard these guys pushed for us.
We did like 3 live streams.
Oh yeah, well, we were doing a live stream like every week, which helped tremendously. But I mean, these guys were looping our videos and stuff 24/7. So yeah, they were fighting for us. We have a good core. We have a good core user base.
Oh yeah.
38,258 minutes of watch time.
Dude.
So, and we're at 4,588 subscribers.
You want me to check what mine's at?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Do
you want to meet Joel? No? Okay. She doesn't want to come on camera.
I am. Let's see. Are we talking total watch minutes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that.
No, that's views.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, views.
Total views. I think I'm right around 19 million total views.
Oh.
19 million.
Two interesting things. One, when I had the Harry Lion video and it went viral, you know when you go into the analytics for your YouTube account and you can watch the real time, you know, the real. Right. Well, usually the real time for me shows anywhere in the last 48 hours, shows anywhere between 50 and 100,000 views in the last 48 hours, sort of thing, depending on if I release a video, if it catches, if something like that. During the Harry Lion, when it was at its peak for the last 48 hours, I had a consistent 500 to 550,000 views for that 48-hour period. It was insane. It was weird. And it's really hard to tell people what a viral video does, like the effect on the channel and how it looks looking at analytics. I mean, you got to see some of it when your channel kind of got a bump from the contest, but man, it was crazy. Also, when I released that video for the enclosure that Bill and I made for the CR10, the one that was, you know, universally hated by everyone on the internet, it doesn't really, it doesn't matter because I still got views from that. And in 24 hours, I had 4,100 hours of watch time on that video.
Wow. Holy cow.
Video. Yeah, because it was a half hour long. And so if someone viewed the whole thing, you got a half hour. 2 views, whole thing, you got an hour. So just it's kind of interesting when you start thinking about channel analytics and what's hitting and what isn't hitting. You start seeing an ebb and flow of certain things. So I don't know. I just find that fascinating.
Well, that was when Chuck made the comment too about his robot vacuum review on how like it just took off and he was getting all these crazy views and stuff. And he's like, well, I guess that's what my people want to watch. But the audience for a robot vacuum is so much bigger than the audience for 3D printing.
I don't know. You think so? I mean, my channel, Angus, Tom, RC Lifon, James from X Robots. I mean, I would argue that 3D printing has a larger audience base than robot vacuums.
Really, I think that like because robot vacuums is more of a common thing that, you know, like the average housewife would love to have a robot vacuum to not have to vacuum the house. And so like I figure more people would be out there watching, you know, like just a wider audience for a home appliance. I mean, it astounds me that when I say something to somebody, oh, I do 3D printing, and they go, oh, what is that? Or I had a guy say to me, oh yeah, I was looking at getting a 3D printer because I have a lot of pictures I want to print out. And I'm like, no, that's completely the wrong 3D. You know, I'm not talking about glasses and, ooh, you can almost feel it. I'm like, it's a tangible product, you know? So it's still amazing to me how many people don't know what 3D printing is. So I just figured that there would be more people for, I mean, I've been trying to think of projects to take on that would tie 3D printing into more common things.
Yeah.
You know, just to try to expand that base a little bit. I mean, not that I want those people. It's more to get the 3D printing out, which is like why we did Gainesville Maker Faire, was just so that we could force it down people's throat.
Which is great. But don't, how can I say this? Don't necessarily concentrate. Well, I mean, you dip into it, but don't necessarily pigeonhole yourself into things that use 3D printing and something else to create something. I think that 3D printing is still in that zone where we still need. Oh, someone going to bed? Someone giving goodnight hugs?
Yeah. Somebody's up here giving the lovins.
Hi. I think 3D printing still needs to be shown to people that are amazed at stuff. Like this OpenRC race car that I'm building at 4x scale. It's not functional in any way. I can't use it to better hang pictures in my house or open drawers or seal a bag of potato chips, but it's freaking cool. And people are always going to remember how cool that is. And you can more easily convince someone to use something they think is cool and then miniaturize it to a practical use, rather than taking a practical use and saying, now, you know, it's a gateway to your imagination. People still need those boxes. They need to be able to put thoughts in a box. So you give them the fantastical thing like this 4X OpenRC racer, you get them excited, and then you give them a box. Hey, you know what? The same thing can print drawer pulls or a shift knob for your car, or these cool brackets to hang your pictures with, or it'll better organize your kitchen, or imagine having something to put all your mail into to stash it there for everyone, or hang your keys on this, or something like that. Taking the fantastical and bringing it into a box that's more easily thought of by someone is much easier, and you get more benefit than taking a boxed thing and making it like, and it's more easy to tell someone this thing that printed this awesome sword from a video game, it can also print these tiny little things to help you around the house, rather than saying this thing that prints tiny little things around the house, it can also print swords or something from video game. I think you need that tangible, exciting thing that can then have an idea boxed for someone to think about.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you know, that was, I mean, not every person that approached the table at Maker Faire, but there was a good handful of them that would come up and they would look at all of our little trinkets and things on the table. And then they would say, so what can you do with it that's useful? And I'd go, absolutely. And then we could, you know, then we could talk about the different the different things, the different, toilet paper holder and such. So
now I want potato chips.
You know what's weird? I didn't mean to interrupt you, Xander. I'm sorry. But you know what's weird? When you go to Murph, Maker Faire, any place like that, when people are trying to show off their 3D printers, they're showing Veroni vases or OpenRC cars or low poly Pokemon or parts of engines or whatever. They're not actually, they don't have like a fake wall with a toilet paper holder on it or a paper towel holder, or they don't have a drawer with custom pulls that someone has made to fit a hand. They don't actually display anything like that to show people what's capable. You go to a Maker Faire, oh, look at all these little trinkets I can make. What if the next Maker Faire actually you have a wall and everything is attached to it that you can push and pull and hang stuff on and lift and separate and just all sorts of cool stuff. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's the way to usher in the next generation of people that are going to want to get passionate about this is by having a wall of useful things at a Maker.
Yeah, some actual practical prints. We did have the Lego Man toilet paper holder with us, so that was probably the most practical print that we had. We've printed a second one for a friend. I used to just go grab the one out of my bathroom and bring it up on video and stuff. But so we did have one, and he had toilet paper on him, and so that people could see. And that's a fun print, but it's a fun practical print because it's not a boring toilet paper holder.
And then we put the poop trophy under the toilet paper.
Oh yeah, we had the poop trophy under the toilet paper holder. So I haven't even put everything back up on the shelf. It's still in a box down there. So
well, think of this though. What if IKEA? You know IKEA, right?
Oh, I know. Most of my house is IKEA.
What if IKEA had a section in their store that showcased 3D printable models that they had available for free to download from their website that augmented and made better some of the products they offered? Sure, we have this flat pack table, but if you go to our website and you print these specific 3 models, you can now do this with the table.
Yeah, and 20 years ago when I started following 3D printing, like it was very, very early adoption at that point. But the big story was that you were going to walk into a Sears and you were going to buy this appliance off the shelf and you were going to take it home and plug it in, and there was no internet back then, so you'd get hold of the manufacturer and they would mail you the files for it, and you would then print a new knob for your toaster or whatever broke, the knob on your oven, and so that was like, I was blown away by that. I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way that this device is going to just create this object. And I was blown away by the technology. And here we are like 20 years later and we're still not to that point.
Still haven't, yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy, but you're so right. We're not there yet. So what do you think we need to do to get there?
The machinery, the printer, somebody needs to work on a printer that literally you do buy off the shelf and poof, it works. True auto bed leveling, not bed leveling assist, so that you don't have to spend, the first like 2 weeks of owning the thing trying to get it to lay down a good first layer. So I think first is the hardware. The hardware has to be the easiest. And then somebody, and I don't know, again, I've been in a fog for 2 weeks, but somebody was telling me that there is a site out there that is building a database where like they want people to scan everything, doorknobs and, oven knobs and whatever, and that they're going to have this master database where you can actually then get any part. So that would be the next critical thing. And it would have to come down to I wouldn't expect one company to hold or one group to hold the whole entire master database, but every company is going to have to make their product available.
It'd be interesting if every company had a 3D model library for things that they sold, like the parts for it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I wouldn't even hold it against the company if they charged for the model. because a lot of money is made in spare parts. So, I mean, it would still be acceptable, but instead of paying $30 for a knob that was physically made, it's $1 or $2, and then you make it yourself.
Oh, sure. They would have, it could be like a 99-cent depot of parts, right?
Exactly. But it's going to come down to the hardware first. It's got to be a printer that you can take out of the box, plug in, and poof, it works. And I'm sure we'll get there.
Sure.
But there's still too much fiddling and tinkering and, and oh my God, I finally got the printer perfect. And then I moved it 3 inches on the bench to dust underneath it, and it's completely out of whack again.
Oh, look at this. Joe Mike sent it in the chat. It's 3D printable things for Herman Miller office thing for the office. Herman Miller's step into 3D printing. So they will they make office furniture, and so they have 3D printable things for their office furniture. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I got to click that so I can save that link out.
Save that out, because it looks like a bunch of stuff there could be remixed.
Definitely something to check out.
Oh, I got to go in a couple of minutes.
Well, that's all right. My wife handed me this Post-it note that said, it's 8:30. I'm going to put Zach to bed. Tell Joel to tell Xander not to give me a hard time waking up tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
I want you to know how much of a household name you are around here. Like when Xander does bad things, we say, do we need to tell Joel you did this?
If I ever find myself in Florida, I want to visit, and we need to have some like barbecue or something. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. You ever find yourself in Florida and need a place to stay? We'll kick Xander out for the weekend.
Oh, you got the evil eye, Dad. That's fantastic. Hey, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. Xander, thanks for letting me be a part of your YouTube channel. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun. Maybe
That's
we'll
it, just yep.
Maybe we'll do this on my channel next time. What do you say?
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
I'm really glad that you did this, Joel, and I'm glad that we killed the whole other stream that wasn't even supposed to exist anyway. It was just to test the hardware, which seems to be working.
It is.
Yeah, we're great. Hey, we did what was this, like a half hour? 30 minutes? 40 minutes?
Hour.
I don't even know. I don't even know where it says that.
It is an hour.
But at least it's 8:30 and Zach's in bed, right?
Yeah. Well, it's actually 8:41 now, so he's probably already asleep. So, but right. No, this was a lot of fun, and I'm really, really, really glad that you made me do this.
Yeah, I just had to poke you a little. I'm like, Glenn, come on.
I just wasn't sure if I could pull it off. I was like scrambling, and I was all nervous and sweating, and like, whew.
That was good. Well, take care of yourselves. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go because it's nearly dinner time here. You all have a good night, and we'll plan to do this again sometime.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna hang up now.
Bye.
Bye.
And just like that, Joel's gone. So that was this was a very much impromptu stream that started nothing more for us than for us to test some hardware.
But then Joel came in and destroyed
And
everything.
then the Joel effect takes over, and every time that the Joel effect kicks in and takes over, fun things happen. He's just a great guy, full of knowledge that I want to have. He will be at Murph this year, so if you'll be attending, you have a chance to meet Joel. We also will be at Murph this year.
We will be at the Murph.
My apologies. We missed pretty much all of the chat because of wanting to talk face to face with Joel. So
yeah,
it is time for Xander to go in.
Monitor face.
Whatever. So it is time for Xander to go to bed now.
No.
But I will give him 2 minutes. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to ask Xander a question, you can ask Xander a question real quick. Sholem says, at least your live stream is up and running tonight. Yes, it is much better than it was Friday nights.
I didn't get to say thanks to James. James, thank you for the 13 cents.
Cord, that'll knock us offline.
James, thank you for the 13 cents.
Yes, huge shout out to James at Print and Play for the super chat. It's always appreciated. Where What else we got? Xander, you need to print, Dad, some headphone holders for under the table. Yeah, we do. I really just need to put some speakers on this computer, but being that we normally only use this setup for recording video or doing one-way live streams, I scrambled to get any type of speaker plugged in.
Joel is being bad. He was timed out.
Wow. So Joel said something. Joel said good night.
Oh my gosh.
Probably because of the word dork. I'm going to have to take that out. Wow.
Nightbot, you're
so Joel
fired.
just got a 5-second timeout for saying good night to Rennie, Renaissance Tinker Dork, probably because the word dork was in there. So I will have to check the bad word list. That's pretty funny. And Joel, Nightbot said to Joel, take that, you dirty rat.
You're fired.
Never let the machines win. Mike says, Xander, go to bed with no hassle or we will tell Joel. Paul says that he printed your robot, which Paul, I did show him the picture today, so he got to see that. He's pretty excited. He wants everyone to print either the robot, the rocket, or both. Fun King 3D. So are you doing the Fusion 360 thing this week? I don't know what the Fusion 360 thing is. I'm still trying to teach myself Fusion 360. If you're talking about Joel challenging Xander, he's got to do it sometime between now and Murph. Joel just wants him to give a good hour's worth of try. So Joe Mike says good night to Joel. Joel was timed out by Nightbot. Joel deleted. Xander, do you have any tips? Because we are doing a giveaway. We've never done a giveaway before. Gleam, gleam.io. Read all the rules. Reach out to me. NJ, reach out to me via email, and I'll give you some pointers on that. Which is, Glenn at funking3d.com, and it's Glenn with 2 N's. Xander, check our channel tomorrow for Scar design video. I'm finishing it up now. Wow, that's impressive that you knocked that out already. Rennie said, sorry, Joel. Nice to see you in here, Rennie. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I started to choke up again because I was talking about your stained glass. You don't make Nightbot mad. Red Light 34, what's up, guys? Life-size Xanderbot. Ooh, a wearable Xanderbot. A Xanderbot suit that you could put on and you could walk around being the Gearbot there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should have named it Xanderbot. That's got a nicer ring to it.
No, it's Gearbot.
All right, it's Gearbot.
It's Gearbot.
Block the holes with a headphone holder. Yeah, we definitely got to fill these holes in. I keep dropping screws and all kinds of stuff through these little holes. What, 4 foot tall? How tall are you now?
I'm not like 5 foot.
No, your mom's 5 foot. You're shorter than your mom.
No less.
So, maybe at least, like a Gearbot head that you could wear,
I'm 4 foot 13.
4 foot 13. Xander's challenge was what I meant. Sorry, yeah, Justin, he's got to spend at least 60 minutes in Fusion 360, but that's not going to be on film. He's going to do that privately. We're not going to film that because I don't even film myself in Fusion 360 because of the amount of mistakes that I make. So you should watch all of MakerMuse Fusion tutorials. Absolutely, he does good tutorials for that. Xander, find a Fusion 360 tutorial and follow that. Make something you'll learn lots. Rennie just made it here. Good. Then you missed me choking up on camera. Ron Hunt says with feet. I don't know if you caught that part of the conversation, Ron, but we definitely talked about putting feet on that, and Joel says it needs feet as well. Oh, Martin's in here. I spent most of the weekend in F360 designing a Raspberry camera mount. That thing was so cool, Martin. That turned out really neat. I like that.
Oh, you short. I am short.
NJ Printing, we still can't believe that Joel subbed. And like I said, you guys, Joel, it's special when Joel touches you, one, because of the Joel effect, but because he just has so little free time. I was blown away that he was able to do that with us tonight. So Ron says, I want a wearable Fun King head. I've actually been working on that for some time, Ron, because I want one too. I wasn't watching notifications on my phone, so I'm late. Well, it was absolutely impromptu. We started a stream just to test some hardware. Joel popped in and said, hey, get me in here. I want to chat with you guys. And we had to scrap the whole thing and start completely over. We had no idea that it was going to happen. It just happened. So, and you know, when the daddy of 3D printing asks you to do something, you do that. Definitely live stream Fusion 360 stuff. The crowd helps you. Many in here help me with my F360 streams. I'll think about that. Definitely need a different computer. I can't run Fusion on this machine and stream at the same time. It'll suck all my processing power down. I got my Maker coin colored green, white, red for orange. Okay, that's good. It's good. I see where you got that from. Check out Average Joe 3D channel. I'm actually already subbed to Average Joe. I actually won a roll of filament from him. Paul Cumber says, Joel cool. Yes, he is. Paul Cumber says, Glenn, you're a cool guy. Thank you. I like to think so. He didn't say anything about you. You're just a pain. Did anyone watch the latest X-Files? Had a resin 3D printer that printed bullets that fired at Mulder and Scully. That's craziness. Sphere Funding 3D for head. That is the idea. What's the matter? Yeah, it like they whatever they call it when they bring it back around. So Xander, start with Minecraft stuff. Easy to model. That's true because it's all blocks. Joel just has a huge heart. Yes, he does. He is just a really, really amazing human being. For those of you guys that don't know the story, way back when we were just getting started, I had a whopping 33 subscribers on my channel, and we were trying to hit that 100 mark so that we could register our name. And I reached out to Joel via email, and I just said to him, I said, hey, I'm hoping that you can take a couple of seconds and tell me a few ideas that I can use to market my channel without coming across like a jerk, you know, without being that guy. And he didn't even bother to respond to my email. But what he did do is, no, not Twitter. It was Facebook. He made a Facebook post and he said, hey, go check these guys out. And we went from 33 to 75 over a weekend. Just that ping magic touch. And then of course there was the contest that he did where he touched us and we went from 347 to almost 5,500. Over the course of about a week, and that was awesome. But he just the way he interacts with Xander is amazing. The way he interacts with everybody is amazing. So, all right, that's enough pumping up Joel. I lost where we were. We freaked out when you subbed to us. Oh, well, I'm not that. I always say to people I'm a big deal on YouTube, but that's a joke.
I am a big deal on YouTube.
Xander thinks he's a big deal on YouTube.
I am a big deal.
Oh yeah, I hear you with the slow computer. I have a Threadripper 1950 and my streams are still lagging with Fusion 360. Yeah, I maybe at the point that I get the new computer over here and then I'll just run an HDMI from machine to machine and I'll do it on my machine and broadcast it over here. But the machine that we're running on tonight is it's a few years old. I bought it from the University of Florida. It's an old CAD workstation, a Dell machine that it's a dual Xeon. I can't remember what they are. It's a dual Xeon with 12 gigs of RAM, and it made for a fantastic Plex movie server, but it sucks the power down. So I set it up to do this streaming on Windows 10, and it sucked really bad at it. It just couldn't handle it. So what I did today was I installed Ubuntu Desktop on here and the OBS, the Linux OBS, and it seems to be handling it wonderfully. It stays under 70% CPU usage. Right now we're running through Google Hangouts, so it's a little bit weird, but so many Joes. Yes, there are so many Joes. Joel's an awesome guy. Yes, he is. After I sent you the link, Xander the best. There you go.
Yay,
Paul said you're the best. So Xander, fun print for you on Thingiverse homepage is a balloon boat. Check it out. That'll be cool. We'll definitely yeah, I don't want to lose this page, so. Verse. Unfortunately, I've lost the chat now that I've got this open. There it is right there. Well, that's cool. It's Lego too. It's compatible with Lego. That's Zach will really enjoy that as well. So we love stuff for Zach. We are actually going to start a segment with Zach, maybe just a once a month to begin with, but it's going to be Zach-tacular. Fun King 3D presents Zach-tacular, and I'm going to print him a toy, give it to him, and let him talk about it for a little bit because he makes up some of the funniest stories. At least it's funny to me because
New Year's.
It's on New Year's. See email, let me know, sent early this morning. Yes, Rover, I did see it. I just didn't have a chance to reply back to you this morning. I will definitely get that sent back to you. Fun King, need more subs, followers on Twitch. Joe Mike also. Yeah, I don't know if you're saying that you need more followers on Twitch or we do. We definitely do. I don't do anything on Twitch, but
we have a Twitch.
Yeah, we have a Twitch. But if that's you needing more, and Joe Mike, everybody go check those guys out on Twitch. So Joe Mike says Linux for the win. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It was very weird to me though, Joe Mike, because I haven't used Linux desktop in like 20 years. I've always used the server side of it. So that was a little weird moving around in there. John. Bye. We have to go to school tomorrow. Thank you so much for streaming. Hope to see you another soon. All right, Noah and Joshua, you guys be good. Do well in school. That's important. You'll see us at Miami Maker Faire.
Wait, they're going to Miami?
They are. That's actually how I found out about Miami. So Paul Cumber says, take care, Fun King 3D, and may God bless you. Paul, you too. Absolutely. God bless you, brother. Okay, everyone, have a great night. It was a fun stream. Good night, Ron Hunt. Oh, yeah, if I can just tell you now, Rover, that'll save me. It's all the same information. Definitely the 3D printer one. The computer one and the gift card one, no. Just keep me in the loop on the 3D printer stuff. Ken Keller says, night, looking forward to Murph. As are we. If you see us at Murph, please approach us. Introduce yourself. I probably won't remember your name because I'm really terrible with names, but we'll be dressed very similar to this. No. I don't know. I'll think about it. Just open up a terminal and go to town. That's actually how I did most of it today. Pop your Twitch account and I'll follow. I don't know who that's for. Our Twitch account is Fun King 3D, just like everything else. John is... you do it too on Twitch. He's 25 away from affiliate. So if you got a Twitch account, go hop over and check out John's. Pi is Linux. Absolutely it is. Country 3D. I didn't even know you were in here, brother.
I said country.
Oh, all right, Walter. Well, good night. And we're caught up. So at this point, I think we're going to cut it off because this was really supposed to be a very short, like 15-minute stream to test the hardware and then the Joel effect. 15 minutes. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and cut it off for the night. You guys are all amazing. I don't know how many of you are in here right now. 38 of you in here watching, which is...
we reached 60 at one point.
Well, of course, Joel was in here. Joel leaves and so does everybody else. But all right, guys, as usual, we thank you for being here. We love each and every one of you. Please be safe out there. Be kind to others. Show them release the hand cannon. Anything else? Mailbag Monday coming out tomorrow in 4 parts. It's definitely worth tuning into. Xander's Thing Thursday will be out on Thursday. That's why it's got Thursday in the name.
I thought it came out on Friday.
And as always, print on.